Hello, crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. Some weeks up, some weeks down. Today, things are looking pretty rosy out there. A few bad weeks lately in the markets, but Bitcoin rallying back a little bit today. Good news yesterday from the Fed, Jerome Powell. All these things seem to be aligning finally, but we shall see. We shall see. Quite a quick stream tonight. We're just going to dig into all the updates, what's going on in Blaze and Diamond. Some really interesting developments this week. I hope you've been paying attention because the reality is it's been another fantastic week for the stats in these two protocols. So we'll get straight into it tonight after my favorite little song of the moment.
Down in the crypto holler, there's a gem called Diamond Bright. 4 ways to join the fun, each one standing on its own right. Pick 1, 2, 3 or all, no strings to tie 'em tight. Check the white paper for details, it'll set you straight tonight. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix 'em up or pick your favorite, works for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamond's name. On 10, 20, 225, store opens wide. Buy Diamond certificates, we're here to hold them with pride. Earn these rewards every 28 days, steady as the tide. As long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix them up or pick your favorite, what's for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamond's name.
Yeehaw! 10, 20, 225. The store opens wide. The store's been open wide for quite some time. So look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The total amount of Blaze into the Diamonds protocol has took a big jump since last week. I think when we were looking at it last week, we were somewhere hovering around 270, something like that. In the last couple of days, we've had a nice jump up of 342,000 Blaze has entered into the system. So and since we started burning, we began burning Titan X live on stream last Tuesday. We were able to have a look at it on the stream on Thursday, and I think we were up somewhere, maybe half of this number, maybe burned about 133 billion or sent to the X28 transformation protocol, about half of this. So at the minute, you can see here, these protocols have been just trundling along beautifully, absolutely beautifully. We have, since we met the peg during the stream last Tuesday, we have sent 267 billion Titan X through the X28 protocol to mint X28. That subsequently burns half the Titan X, which is the figure you see here. So we've burned 133 Titan X. And then obviously what happens with the other Titan X that gets sent in is it buys and burns X28. And that's where you see this other figure on the other side here. So it's kind of an equal value. We've subsequently burned 133 billion X28 as well. So we'll quickly look at, sorry, I'm going to bring Rich up. Rich, you there, are you?
I am, yes.
I am. How's it going, brother?
It's going wonderful. Just peachy.
Just peachy. Yeah, you got to be happy with the stats, how everything's went this last week. Yes, we would love to see more miners, but there was a nice little, we take everything over a weekly basis. There was a nice little influx of money into the protocol the last couple of days. It was, wasn't looking so busy last Thursday, Friday, but just everything the last couple of days. There's more money coming in, feeding all the different parts of the protocol. How are you feeling about how the last week 3 ended today? How are you feeling about how the third week went overall?
Yeah, I think if you actually looked on the auctions page, I think I looked a while ago, there was 12,000 ETH paid out in 3 auction periods, or 3 auctions. That's pretty good.
We can take a look at that pretty quick. And Titan X Utils, I'm starting to get used to using this site now. So we select diamonds, mining, auction. This gives us all the stats from the last 3 weeks of auctions. I think down here we can see. So we had, 0.43 ETH was in the auction today, that ended today. 0.63 last week, and the very first week, 2.71 ETH. So, I mean, how can we see? There was another 727 diamonds burned or crushed with this auction this week, which is it's quite a lot of the. If you look at the circulating supply, even though there's only 0.43 ETH in that pool this week, I think that was somewhere around $1,500, something like that. Was it?
I don't remember. I don't recall looking.
Maybe not quite as much as that. I was watching it pretty closely all week.
Oh,
And
you
then
mean what was the value of the auction? Was it today or yesterday? What is today? Today's Tuesday.
then the
Yeah,
today.
I think it
Yeah.
was 12 something. 1,200 and something is the last I recall seeing.
So it was 1,200. That means that we had 12 grand come into the protocol. That's 10% basically of the total value comes in. So we had another 12 grand come into the protocol this week. We were saying last week, very, very conservative figures, bringing in, low number of $5,000 a week, which is pretty low, but we're setting the bar low so we can, expect the worst kind of thing and still hope, base things on that to see where, to see that we can still have a positive outcome in the protocols. But to bring in about 12 grand this week was pretty good going. And like I say, 727 diamonds were burned in the auction this week. That's a pretty decent number.
I think it's working like a fine-tuned clock.
Yeah. We'll just quickly look at the stats. The liquid supply. I mean, if we look, the liquid supply on the market at the minute is only 1,600 diamonds, and we crushed, like I say, 700 this week. So, we crushed, what's that? Just under half of, a third of the liquid supply this week, just by having $1,200 in that auction. So working beautifully well. Yeah.
I would say so. And there's already money into this week's auction.
Yeah, so people are, the people are playing the game right. We've had miners this week, and we've had miners this week early claim to take profit. There was a few market buys this week. We've seen people take early end miners to enter the auctions to sell on the market, and that's kind of exactly, we've seen that this week. It's kind of exactly what this protocol was built for, to have all these different options to try to get people to forfeit their long-term miners, and early claim to take advantage of these other ways to earn money in the system.
Yeah, maybe somebody started miners at a higher cost, and now that Blaze is down some, they could claim their miners, get the ETH, break even, and then go back and get cheaper miners.
Yep, that's a good point. Blaze, let's have a quick look at Dex Screener. So Blaze is sitting just under 11 cents. So we saw, this is kind of around the launch time. Well, the protocol launched way up here with 32, so you're nearly getting your miners at a third of the cost at the minute if you mined up here. Now, bear in mind, anybody starting miners here have been getting a better entry point or a better deal in starting their miners at this minute in time, that rather than having bought the Blaze on this way up here. We did have this big this big sell-off where some players did enter the miners. So now people are getting the opportunity to catch up with these guys who entered the system with Blaze somewhere around 10 cents. So again, opportunity is here at the minute. Yeah,
I would agree with that statement.
Yeah. And then the diamonds price, we categorically said a few times there's a lot of room for this to come down from where we were sitting at. Let's just look at this in a little bit more detail. If we run back to just call it, what day is the second? So maybe 5 days ago.
Yeah, we had come down to like $1.47, I think. Or
Yeah, we're down $1.47, but we're saying on the stream last week that not the market buy, and we were still up around. I think we pumped up to $4 something. Yeah, this go back here. We were telling people around here not the market buy on the streams last week because this has potential to come down to where we are now or even lower, and people ignored us. Market bought anyway, as people do. Not going to complain about that. It all helps the protocol. People see an opportunity or I don't know what their game plan would be to do that market buy. But it give other people an opportunity to early end miners take some profit. And the price, in my opinion, has been holding up pretty damn well. Rich, what do you think?
yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's really, I would think it's just about a full dollar overpriced in my overvalued in my opinion. It I would like to see it get below $1 so that I would actually like to see the circuit breaker function. So, but it won't. It's not going to until we get to 100% ROI or
Yeah.
below that.
And if we look quickly, you mentioned that. What are we at right now on the ROI? So we're still at 8.5x. So based on, miner's going to cost you, one diamond is going to cost you 22 cents, 11 cent for one blaze, plus the match of Ethereum. So one diamond at the minute in mining is going to cost you 22 cents. And the current market price is 186. So there is a big difference there. There's an 8.5 x on the cost of entry. Now, yes, you have to wait 100 days to fully see that, but yeah, I think there's room to come down. This is a couple of the things we've been saying about on here is that we're really trying to be realistic and give people realistic expectations. When things can change very quickly. If ETH starts to run, if Titan starts to run, these things, these figures could be easily materialize. But where we're at in the market right now, would expect this to come down a little bit more. We were saying this last week. All right, if this comes down to maybe 200%, even at that, a 2x. Or that's going to be a 3x. A 3x over 100 days in this market is pretty damn good going. It might be lower, it might be higher, but if you come into this system thinking about just playing the 100 days and being prepared to wait 100 days and not be too greedy. What do you think, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of spoiled because 100% return on investment in 100 days is really not bad it's not shabby. So we should not be thinking that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, you were saying.
In order for us to start building the LP, we need to be below 100% ROI.
Yeah, so technically we're going to need this price to come all the way down to somewhere around 50 cents. Depending, obviously, it's going to depend on what the price of Blaze is. You're looking at double 22. You're looking at 44-cent diamonds before the circuit breaker kicks in. So there's a long way to go in terms of there's a long way down to go. It doesn't have to go down that way. It doesn't have to go there. But
it certainly doesn't. People can come in and buy that supply up every time it drops, and then they can fill the LP with their funds.
Yeah,
so it does not have to drop there.
Yeah, it does not have to, because there still really is very little on the market. So the auction, just take a quick look at what the balance is. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we're probably ahead already. Geez, we've had a lot of participation here today. Let's have a quick look at. We've already got $780 of ETH into this week's auction. If you think we had 1,200, something like 1,200 Yeah, we've got 0.259 ETH in this week's auction already. We only had 0.4 after 5 days last week. So the price of diamonds or the price of Blaze coming down has maybe got some people going, okay, there's been holders of Blaze sitting on the sidelines, maybe waiting for an entry point. Maybe this is that point for them to start to participate. So there's already $781 of ETH in. So you kind of look at what's that going to, I mean, you put in 100. Okay, so potentially, potentially. Okay, it's pretty interesting. Potentially at the minute, we're already going to burn something around. Even if that didn't go, you might be getting people burning about 400 diamonds just based on that figure at the minute. That's kind of where it's at. 400 diamonds would kind of fill that pool for the week. So 400 diamonds is, I don't think there's anybody holding.
Yeah, think about this too. So if the price drops, that pushes the claim forfeit date out some. That means the supply is real thin in the LP. All of a sudden gets bought for staking in the diamond. I'm sorry, put it in the diamond exchange. Then you pulling that liquid off the market. So
Yeah.
then you get the scenario where there's hardly no tokens left, and so that it starts to. This is really interesting to watch. I tell you that this auction is a dynamic that we kind of didn't know how it would behave, but it's really kind of keeping things buoyant.
Yeah, I mean, I just explain that a little bit more. What anybody watching, what Rich means by that, So you imagine you're waiting your 100 days to get an ROI. If the price of diamond stays up, we've seen people, uh, already have miners. But yes, the price was a little bit higher. We've already seen people been able to take the early claim a miner with maybe 10 to 15% of their total diamonds earned and sell that and get a profit already. So what it's harder for, if the price drops, people technically need to wait longer into the 100 days to ROI or see a profit materialize. And that just means that people have to wait longer to claim supply to be on profit. And that's where it actually, the dynamic there is that it just takes longer for diamonds to actually get claimed and come onto the market. So maybe at that point, then it's easier to market buy to participate in something like this diamond exchange.
Yes, and if mining continues, it keeps filling the auctions, and people are lured into the exchange to get that Ethereum in there. So they have to acquire these diamonds from the market. And you could look right now on the stats page, just the pie chart, and you could see the liquid is not, there's not a lot out there. So in 2 weeks' time, that could be sucked up. No, the purple down below. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. 1,300 diamonds in the LP, only 279 diamonds. So you can see here already, I mean, when I was looking at the figure there, 400 diamonds. What's in the ETH pool already is worth 400 diamonds. And there isn't even 400 diamonds in user hands. This is the figure that's actually in holders' hands, 279 diamonds. So somebody's either to get into that, even to get into that auction to get some of the ETH out of that pool, somebody is going to have to buy it off the market or early claim one of their miners. Fucking
That's what I fucking
beautiful.
love about this thing is you got this
Beautiful.
situation teed up where all of a sudden E starts to appear. And now somebody says, "You got some?" No, I ain't got none. You got some? And they look around, there's no diamonds to get. And then they have to claim a miner. And
Yeah.
then the problem with that is you forfeit your production, your 1% earning rate per day. So you pulling loose more than you actually need because you're trying to do that. Yeah, it's just got so much game theory going on.
It's got a game theory that's actually working though. It's fucking beautiful. And we're doing this at this minute in time. The reality is, since we kicked off, ETH has not really gone up in price. Titan X and X28 have come down in price. So when we have all these mechanics working in a market where our coins that we're using are going up in value, it's going to get very, very interesting to see how this plays out. Let's see. I mean, there's so many interesting stats going on here at the minute. Okay, Blaze supply. Okay, we've struggled. We've covered this a few times. The number one goal of this protocol was to get X28 to parity. We did that, and we'll get a look at how that's performing in a minute. But the second thing was to get as much Blaze off the market as possible. And obviously, with 80% of the Blaze coming into diamonds getting staked, we've been hovering. There's daily inflation of Blaze, and we've been keeping up. We brought this up from about 71% to 78, 79. We topped over 80 and then went back down to 79% of all the supply of Blaze staked. And we've been kind of battling the daily inflation and kind of keeping level with what's coming out daily to what is getting staked. But we've seen here today a jump from just under 80% to almost 81%. We have 80.99%. So this figure is moving up and in the right direction. We look at the liquid supply of Blaze. So the liquid on the market, this liquid supply on the market last week was up over 580. Wasn't it 580 or something like that, Rich, when we looked at this in the stream last week?
I tell you, I can't recall.
I'm pretty sure it was. There was definitely, in fact, we can quickly have it. Let's have a quick look. I'm pretty sure if I scroll down through the profile page, we'll be able to find. I'm sure I would have shared that last week. Let's have a quick look. See if we can find it. Okay, there, 588 liquid supply. 588,000 there was on the. When did I post this? The 28th, so only 4 days ago. And this figure, this 588, again, we weren't really getting ahead of the daily inflation. We really weren't getting ahead.
Correction, that's circulating supply you're looking at right there.
588.
That's the thing that Mike Dean has on the little bot that appears in the Blaze chat. So that's actually a combined liquid and LP together.
That's liquid and LP together. Okay. Let's see if I have.
But the diamonds is also tracking the both of them just separately.
Where did I have?
Yeah, that was my post right there with the yellow.
Yes, it was. I'm just flicking back to see if I shared a screenshot of the supply recently. And I'm going to go back a bit too far. Oh, no. So let's just. Oh, I mean, this is another stat we'll look at as well. On the 18th of November, 2 weeks ago today, the diamonds share in the Blaze staking was almost 11%. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's go back here. Okay, so liquid and LP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was looking at this figure last week. It was a good bit higher than that. The liquid Blaze was a good bit higher than that last week. Maybe I'm wrong.
We hit a dry spell where we wasn't seeing a lot of diamond mining over a period of the holidays, like before leading up to Thanksgiving. And long story short, it's not a lot coming out of Blaze each day, but it does build up if it's not being consumed every day. So if you look at the liquid and the supply in the LP, you got 166,000 right there. It's not a lot, but it's less than the 588 that you posted recently.
Yeah.
Got to take a work call. Let me go and pause or mute.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. Okay, so we have chipped away at this figure again this week. Maybe another 20K, something like that, out of the liquid supply. So all the stats, all the little bits are moving in the right direction. Now, we've been saying too that this thing's just going to take a little bit of time. We've seen 3 weeks, and we've seen the initial kickoff where we got a lot of money into the buy and burns. We had a lot of, we had a big impact on all these figures, the state supply, and then it's kind of slowed down through week 2. Week 3 slowed down steady enough, and we've had a little bit of a spike here today. Maybe people have taken advantage of the cheap blaze to get in. So this liquid supply was kind of goal number 2, to get this liquid supply down as much as possible. There's only 144,000 blaze in the LP, and there's only 422k in user hands. So maybe with the blaze price at 11 cents, we can start to see more people that are holding the liquid start to, okay. Important to say that here's a reality that I've been thinking about more and more the last couple of days, is that, if you hold blaze, probably the best thing to do with it is to put it in the diamonds. I mean, what's the alternative? There's no point in staking. There's no point in staking your blaze. There are better rewards in the diamonds protocol for even staking in diamonds. There's better plays in diamonds. Diamonds has a potential, maybe, this might be wrong, but maybe has the potential for the price to increase better than blaze. Now, again, there could be arguments against that. So just don't take any of this as financial advice. But at this minute in time, I look at holding blaze, and I think to myself, the much better play than holding blaze and expecting it. You're not going to stake it, so you have to hold it and wait for it to go up in value. A much better thing to use your blaze now is in the diamonds protocol. And again, not financial advice, but that's the way I see it at this minute in time. And I hope that people holding this 422 see it that way also.
Yeah, I can offer my take on it as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go.
Blaze cannot go up in price without diamond success. There's no demand on blaze other than diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So holding the blaze token could not work out for you if diamonds struggles. So to your point, Ali, if you're sitting in there hoping the blaze price to go up, it's not going to work out for you unless diamonds is demanding that blaze token.
Okay, let's back this up with some stat or something. Just look at this quickly. I mean, we saw whenever day 3-6, blaze was always kind of coming down because the rewards were getting less and less. Post Titan X was coming down, but anyway, after day 365, when the main use case for blaze disappeared, it's taken for the long term. We've seen it kind of go into a bit of a free fall down to 6 cents. We've seen a few ups and downs at the minute. With the market, with the launch phase of diamonds, with the NFTs, and we've seen a lot of ups and downs already with the blaze price. But without diamonds, it was on a dead trajectory all the way down. And the only use case for it now really is, now it might get pulled up a little bit with Titan X, but the real main use case for blaze at this minute in time, or maybe other things, is I'm just getting caught off guard. No offense, guys, but I'm holding on to my blaze. Somebody is Slim watching. He's holding on to his blaze. Well said. You threw me off there, nice. I forget what I was going to say. So, Rich, that said there that that there's not much fundamentals for blaze, but if diamonds is a success and it certainly has the feelings here at the minute and the appearance that it certainly can be. It can pull Blaze up with it. We can see many people potentially, if the protocol starts to really kick off, they're going to need that Blaze. And yes, whenever people need Blaze, the price can go up certainly. But right this minute in time, I'm looking at my Blaze and kind of going, okay, it's time to get it. Just there's no. I've been waiting with some on the sidelines, but I think for me, it's time to get it in now.
Hey, yeah, Allie. So tell Slim, no offense, we're gonna make it with or without you. There's new Blaze every day. So thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, that is the thing. There is new Blaze every day. And I suppose Slim depends what price you got it at, Slim. Depends what price you got it at. Now, let's see. Let's see. Everything's kind of gone up here. With diamonds going up, Blaze. We had a market buy there, did we? Somebody's watching. Decided to buy some. I also have some diamonds. Nice. Okay. We'll quickly take a look at Richard. My sound's coming back through you. Your whatever speaker you have on there. So we did touch on this a little second ago. Wow, it's up even further again. Okay, so the Blaze, obviously every bit of Blaze that comes in, 80% is getting staked, and we're now, the Diamonds protocol now owns 16.8% of the staking pool in Blaze. So 272,000 has been max staked. And let's have a quick look at what's been sent over to the staking contracts. Staking contracts. The 88-day pool now has 24,000 Blaze and 4,000 ETH. And the 288 now has 16,000 and almost 1 ETH. So value in here, 4328, so 37. 8K there. Yeah, these values are just ticking up nicely. 88 days, 288 days. So after only 288 days for this to build up, and we're only 21 days in, and there's already there's already 5K in that 288-day pool. So again, more stats in the system looking really good. Now, why these look really good as well, because there is still, so few people mining. There is still not that much future supply, and there are still many reasons between now and then for people to early claim their miners and forfeit a lot of the potential future supply. We'll take a quick look at so 21 holders. This has gone up. Maybe we were at 17 last week, 61, 59. Maybe a couple of new diamond people have come in, a couple of new wallet addresses have come in. But if we look at, where's the future supply? Let's stakes. Protocol day 22. Okay, so we had one miner today. No, a forfeiter. So one forfeiter today. Maybe this is easier to look at on Titanx Utils. Sorry, I'm still getting my head around all this stuff as well. Mining. Cheers for tuning in, Trees. Good to see you. Total claimable 43. So the total claimable at the minute is 43,000. That's if people start to early end. We've got 310 total supply from the 283 miners that have been created. And let's see, this looks like this is probably what's been created today. If we look at, so 15 miners have been created today. Big jump. You can see even here, kind of week one, a bit of a blast into week two. Week three was kind of quiet. It was, midweek last week over the weekend was quite quiet, and then a nice big jump today. We've seen a lot of people, or somebody, 15 miners started today. 15 miners started today. Nice. That's where you can see all the different people. Oh, analytics. No, let's see. Maybe in the mining simulator. Tools. Mining
It's not
simulator.
the simulator if you're looking for actuals.
I'm looking for the. There was maybe it was just the June dashboard, but I was looking for the bit that in Titan Utils. Is there a section that shows the future mines and the forfeits and stuff like that?
Past the dune.
In June, okay. So here, this. So today we had 1,600 fitted today, and 380 claimed. Total forfeited to date 31,000. Total mined to date 3,000. So that was today. Yesterday. Minted 380 was claimed.
We've added a recent stat. If you scroll I think it may be down from there. It basically says total diamonds brought to market. What that includes is the initial 1,000 from the LP formation and every diamond that has hit the market since then.
Yeah, so that's a 3,500, 3,258 total.
Is it maybe 4,000? I think right there you're looking at forfeits. You're not including the 1,000. That's why I had the stat added. I wanted to bring in the LP.
No, it's scroll in there. It does say.
Yeah, it's not there. It's somewhere else.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm just looking. This is a big jump today. A big jump in miners started today. 55,000. Yeah, 55,000. Blaze. Well, that's 55,000 Blaze has come in today alone. That's a nice big jump.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. Okay, let's take a quick look then at we haven't even looked at the buy burns because, well, let's quickly look at the X28 price, see where we're at with that. X28, see where we're at in terms of the peg. So, I look today. Remember, folks, remember if we, give me 1 second. Yeah, still looking pretty healthy. Okay, the ratio of 1 to 1, we begin to burn Titan X when this is at 0.98. So anything over 0.98, so we're 0016 over. So at this minute in time, or any Titan X that we have that's buying X28 will actually go through the minter at this ratio. We did drop down below it a little bit the last 2 days. We've been a little bit below it the last 2 days where we would just be buying the X28, but at the minute we're back in the scenario where we are sending it through the minter and burning Titan X again. Now, I would quickly mention that we have sent 267 billion Titan X through there in 1 week, in only 1 week of the protocol. And we'll take a quick look at what's happening we'll look at the add to LP first. So 60% of the ETH that comes in ends up in here. Do you want to mention what's happening here, Rich?
Yep, sure. So yeah, I like to look at the very top box first. At the very top line, it says historical ETH. I like to look at that. That's the total ETH has been received thus far, right at 11 ETH. And then I scroll down from there to look at just, I don't, this is the current liquidity right below that you could actually find on the deck screener. And then this first box is the swap ETH to Titan X.
Yep.
And then the next one is swap Titan X to X28.
Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned before. So whenever we kicked off the protocol, we seen there that we had a nice wave of early miners coming in. Things got a little bit quieter. We actually crank these band burns up to get all of our ETH to come into the system over here into Titan X and then subsequently into X28. We wanted to get as much X28 built up as much as possible. This balance a couple of days ago was 0. So we can see with the miners coming in that this automatically starts to fill up this pool again. So we already have another $4,000 of ETH sitting at the current price. Please start pumping, market. Please start pumping. This fucking thing lights up. But yeah, we've already got our hands on in this wallet 294 billion X28, current market value 26.6K, and that is sitting there waiting to buy diamonds and fatten up the LP.
Yeah, and this is what I was speaking to earlier. When the circuit breaker gets below 100%, this will be active, inactive. Circuit breaker, it seems like it's backwards, but the circuit breaker would be inactive, and it would allow the buy-in of the X28. I'm sorry, buying of the diamonds, and then adding to the LP.
Yeah. So again, unfortunately, prices of everything have gone down since we kicked this thing off, and we're still sitting at this minute in time. It's more important for us is the numbers rather than the price, the current price. So the numbers of X28 that we're accumulating at these lows and the amount of Titan X that we're burning is kind of more important than what the market value is at this minute in time. But really nice to see another $4,000 getting added in to this particular Bionab wallet. It just keeps everything trundling, it keeps everything moving. It means more Titan X is going to get burned. It means it's going to continue to help us keep that peg with X28, and it keeps filling the pools for the protocol. And then in the buy and burn, so this started off with a lot of the money from the sale of NFTs. And where are we at now? 705, 700. How much ETH? This fills up. This fills up from the sale of NFTs and from the staking, the Blaze staking payout. Isn't that right? 20%. Is it 20% of the Blaze staking payout goes in here?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how close are we to the first, just to see how close we are to the first 28 days? So another 6 days, we will be at the first payout for that. But we've already got amassed here 700 billion Titan X, or say 700 billion X28. So we crossed it again. We're really hoping to get to 1 trillion X28. And as you can see, between the two wallets, 700 here and
706 billion there, and 294 there. So that's 1 trillion.
Yep.
You got 4,000 left to spend in ETH still yet.
Yeah. So we've got our trillion, and this is starting to add continually then on top of that again. So yeah, pretty fucking happy with that. It was really glad to see that just top that 1 trillion X28. That's a nice starting position for the protocol at this minute in time.
I don't think people have really putting that into perspective. I mean, we got some protocols that are sitting on a couple trillion Titan X. I mean, take Ouroboros for one; they have 3.8 trillion Titan X to utilize in their buy and burn. It might be down in value right now, but that's going to increase for Ouroboros, and so it will is the same here. This 1 trillion X28 is going to increase in value before too long. I would imagine when Dragon X starts buying Titan X to put into their stake, it's going to pull up X28 with the Titan X. This 1 billion X28 is going to increase in value, so it's going to have even an exponentially higher buy-in pressure on diamonds without doing a single thing extra.
Yeah, I mean it's in the amount of holders, the amount of future supply, the amount in the LP at the minute. The the I haven't actually looked into the detail, the exact details of that, but I remember, when you look at some of the buy and burns and compared to what they're sitting behind, I think we're in the best position. We're probably in the best position of all in terms of the amount of effect that the buy and burn can have in terms
Yeah,
of.
I think it is pretty strong in this case because we don't have a lot of sellers, or we don't have a lot of supply rather, and we have a trillion tokens, and we're going to be buying more. I mean, that's not static.
Yeah, yep, really isn't. So if you're watching, Blaze at 11 cents. It's 11 cents. It's a great opportunity, I believe. Not financial advice, to start getting a few miners kicked in, start sticking more funds into these pools and backing the protocol up. Get more Blaze off the market. Get more funds into all the pools through the Blaze auctions, and get all these. Just keep all these stats going in the right direction.
Yep. I really do like the concept of this protocol is conserving the funds with the circuit breaker, and it doesn't have to rely completely on those funds for the burn-in to take place. I mean, we're at 54% burn supply, and that's happening via the Diamond Exchange.
Yeah, the
That's
auction.
a,
Really.
that's phenomenal. And we didn't have to lift a finger for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, what's the story with the staking? Can we see where can we see the amount? Where's the easiest place to have a look at the staking stats? We haven't got them on Titanx utils yet. Sure, we
Yeah,
haven't. Just
yeah, they are there. Yeah, go to the analytics tab.
well,
Yep,
they just made that live today, didn't they? This is a new feature. I
click
haven't even. I haven't
click
even
the
looked.
diamonds. Yep, click that, and then you can see staking to the left.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Sorry, you haven't even looked at this yet. This just went live today, didn't it?
Yep. Want to
Okay.
remind everybody this is free. All these features are free on Titanx utils for the Diamond project.
TitanXutils.com. So, yeah, I was shown earlier in the stream some of the stats on the Diamonds DApp, but it's actually much, much easier to see the data in here. We've got 313 diamonds have been staked so far. I mean, 313 is more than what's held in people's wallets. So it might seem like a pretty small number, but as I say, it is more than what people hold currently in their wallets on the market at this time. There's 9 stakes, only 7 different stakes, 7 individual stakers have created 9 different stakes. The average stake is 34 diamonds. Average duration 755 days. I'm going to say that's probably a couple of people have done short ones, and maybe the majority then have done the went long term.
Hmm. I do want to point out they had some big market buys on the market last week, Thanksgiving time, and they put it right in the stake. They bought off the market and went straight in the stake with it.
Okay. All right. So somebody did just market buy diamonds and fire it straight into the staking. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll be right back.
Interesting, interesting. All right, so we can see here. I mean, the Titan actually tells has done a great job in pulling all this data together. Fucking unbelievable. Jukes and Keto, great job, guys. Great job. We can see here, we've looked and seen that there's seven stakes or 9 stakes, sorry, but from 7 different people. 2 of those are between 288 and 299 days long. I want to say that probably just went minimum 288. And then you can see, I'm sure this is going to say 7. Yeah, so then the 7 other stakes have been for 888 days. And that's obviously to take advantage of the staking bonuses you get for going longer. So, yep. TitanXutils.com into the analytics. click diamonds, and then there you can check staking stats, mining stats, and the auction stats. We'll probably be looking at this more and more. Say they just made this, they just put this staking section live today, and then the NFT section is probably that will probably be live whenever we stream next week. Well, let's see what's happening in the chat there. Slim, hello, future Titan X millionaires. They would have to pry my tokens from my dead cold hands. Yep, exactly. Things take time. We have, we keep saying this with the Diamonds Protocol. Give this stuff time. You can see in 3 weeks, just, small amount, even those small amounts in week 2, they add up more supply. We've got more supply off the Blaze supply off the market. We've had people going into the auctions. We've had people going into staking. So we've got a trillion or X28 in the BAM burns. So just everything slowly and surely is moving in the right direction. Tree said hello. Good to see you. God, hello, crypto. That's me. Yes, hello, Utah. Good to see you for tuning in. And Fast Abdul is always here for the tech. Thanks for tuning in. Okay. I've kind of covered everything that I wanted to look at tonight. Tightnex, market volume, market cap. It's funny when you look at market cap, how far down you have to go to see diamonds. The market cap is so... where is it? Still haven't even seen it. Diamonds. The market cap is so small, just because there's literally no supply created yet. We have more liquidity than we have market cap. I don't think you probably see that too often. 3.6k market cap and 5.25k liquidity. So
with only 1 trillion tokens to lift that thing off.
Yeah, no, that's fucking insane. Yeah, the BAM burns. What is it? It's about 100k. It's about 100k worth there. So 20 times the liquidity pool, 20 times the liquidity pool in the BAM burn. Now, that granted, 5k liquidity pool is fucking pathetic. But that's not what we're about at this minute. At this point in time in the protocol, the size of the liquidity pool, it doesn't really matter. Just given the fact that there's only $3,000 worth of market cap. What the fuck?
I'm quite content to let the price come down to the circuit breaker level, miners to keep trickling in, and we just keep building up our war chest when the time is right.
Yeah. These are my favorites. My favorite stats really are looking at the staked supply of Blaze. The staked supply, these are the two main ones for me, is just that staked supply going up. And then obviously at this minute in time, just how much X28 we are Titan X we're burning, and X28 we're getting into those two buy pressure wallets, the buy and crush and the buy and add. They're the kind of main indicators for me at this minute in time. But the 81% of the Blaze stake. I just wonder, is there any more sitting there to stake already? We've got another 2,000. We've got another 2,000 Blaze already sitting in the protocol to go into the stake. So that'll hopefully maybe break this up over 17% and maybe get that total supply of Blaze in the staking contract up over 81%. So anything else you want to touch on, Rich? Anything I've left out? I kind of covered everything that I wanted to look at.
I can't think of it at the moment. I'm on my way. I'm on the road driving now.
Okay, yeah, that was just me posting today, just showing that would hit that 1 trillion X28 in the diamonds buy wallets. So, all right, okay, let's see, get rid of that. And yeah, anything you want to mention, Richard, before I start wrapping up?
No, I think I'm good. Call it.
All right, sweet.
Mr. Richie Rich. So it's actually you I've been looking for all this time. The mastermind behind the shifting from gas to solids. You're not alone, I see. You're working with a formidable team that has already proven themselves in DeFi. It's a smooth move. Looks like you guys are gearing up for something massive on November 11th. I need to dig deeper into this diamond certificate. It might hold the key to everything. Time's running out. This case is about to explode. 11/11 is a date.
Look, folks, this is huge. We start going to put tariffs, big tariffs on ETH. We're going to make people buy diamonds. Diamonds, the best, the classiest. It's all about the diamonds now, more valuable, more powerful. Everyone sits talking about it. We're making buying and crushing, buying and burning great again, folks. Really great. November 11th is coming. It's a whole new game, folks, a winning game, the biggest. Believe me.
Diamonds will be very scarce in the market. Blaze is already pretty scarce on the market. So we're hoping for fireworks between the two. Fireworks between the two. It's funny. I keep forgetting that little bit of information there. Before that was said, before the protocols launched, we're hoping for diamonds to be pretty scarce on the market. We've seen that holding up pretty well in the first 3 weeks. Again, we've seen it holding up pretty well for Blaze too. We're eating away at that liquid supply. We're increasing the state supply, and everything that we've been trying to do with these protocols is working so far. So you seen there today when we're going through, all the metrics looking good. We had a really nice big jump in miners created today. This is the one flaw, the one little thing that, well, not a little thing, it's a big thing, but it's the one thing that the only metric that we've been unhappy with is the amount of miners coming in. Now that has changed today. We're hoping. You can see there 50. We probably brought in $7,000 into the protocol today. I mean, we're hoping that we were happy enough to bring in 12,000 last week. We were sort of saying 5,000 a week at this minute in time. We'll be happy enough. Just to know it's not ideal, but we'll be happy enough that would keep everything moving in the right direction. So if you're paying attention, with the Blaze price down, seems like a pretty damn good time to start some miners. To help everything in the system, help everything with the protocol, just keep things moving in the right direction. And we're primed. We are fucking primed in these two protocols for a turnaround in TitanX and Ethereum. I see Ethereum back up over 3K again. It could smack back down to 2,700 a couple of days ago. It's fought its way back up. I did see some big accounts posting that we can reclaim 3,000. It may be able to be maybe a little bit easier to continue up this time. We will see. Time will tell. But if you've listened to the stream tonight, I think you can see there's definitely great potential here. Maybe time to start some miners and get involved. The more money comes in at this minute in time, potentially at the kind of bottom here, if that's what it is, the much better it's going to be as things really start to turn around. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going so far, and yeah, long may it continue here. So thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We're going to keep it to 1 hour for the first time in a long time. Well, I got a nice early night tonight, so thanks everybody for tuning in. And yeah, I don't know, Utah, as Utah says, hold the line. I think we've held the line long enough, and now it's time for fucking attack formations. Let's go.
In the mountains of the blockchain, diamond miners